Hola Carlos, this is Norma Suarez. I'm a independent SEO lead generation specialist. So I know you're busy with your business. I just want to make sure I provide this video for you so you can take these tips that I'm giving you and put them into action for yourself. All I ask is for some feedback on this video if you don't mind. And another thing too, of course, if you need some help, let me know and I can definitely, if you can reach out to me and then we'll talk about that. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, there are basically three main things that I wanted to go over with you. They are called content, citations, and backlinks, some search engine digital marketing terms that we really need to go over because these are the top three things that search engines crawl on your web page for them to determine, whether to put you on the front page or page one of a search to see if your website is worth ranking. I see you don't have a website. And I gotta tell you, that's the first thing you probably want to do is establish a website. Just think about it. If you were on the U.S. mainland or any other country outside of Puerto Rico and you're trying to move to Puerto Rico looking for a broker or a real estate agent, I don't think people would go to Facebook as one of the first places. They're not gonna go there for to look for your services. Now it's good for word of mouth, like if someone um, in the island knows someone in the mainland moving to Puerto Rico, yes, that's good for that. And also this is good because it does give you another avenue for people to find you, but definitely not your priority in getting you more business. Again, so that's why I'm going to talk about these three tips so that if you do find someone to do your website, at least you can share this with them. And then that way it'll help you to rank again on that first page. And we'll talk about ranking here in a little bit. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk about is content. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a search on Google for real estate broker in Puerto Rico. And I'm going to find a website on here on this first page that's not a national website, like realtor.com, or not even a kind of like a listings. So Zillow, Yelp, these are good online directories, and we'll talk about that too in a little bit. Puerto Rico Realtor MLS, no. Realty Broker, Puerto Rico. See, I mean, this person, they have a website here, but it's not even done. I don't know how they managed to get to the first page. Okay, so this is one of them, and I've looked at this a little bit earlier. So this is Extra Realty, and this is owned, it's not an online directory for realtors, and it's not kind of like a Zillow or anything like that, but probably owned by these real estate agents and their group. Okay, so first thing I'm going to talk about is content, and that's basically anything that you see on your front page. So, let's say you built your own website. You want content to include pictures as well as words, okay? So when we're looking at content, you want to have enough unique, relevant, high quality content. And when I say that, I mean, you want to put at least 1,500 words on this first page that talks about your business and what you do. This will allow you to add in some keywords or key phrases that people use on their search bar so that people are going to be able to find your services, and it's really going to help you get found in the search engine. And like I said, the other thing I'm talking about is pictures. So like, let's say this picture right here for this business website. If I go to save it, you see how they say original? If you have your website built, make sure your pictures are tagged correctly. Don't just put original. Put something like Puerto Rico real estate brokers or real estate agents in Puerto Rico. Again, this is what the search engines are looking for. They're not looking for original. Nobody's looking for original on when it comes to finding real estate brokers. So make sure you have that done. Okay, so that's pretty much it as far as content. The second thing I wanted to go over is citations. And so let me go back here, go back to So usually when you do a search on, pretty much anything, right? Now, not in your industry, but when you do a search, the first thing you're going to see are some ads. It's usually listed, the ads are usually in the top or on the bottom. For your niche, they have some ads down here. So you see these, and it actually says ad right before the URL. Sometimes they're in the front. So with these ads, what real estate brokers have done is they're actually paying Google to be on this first page. So this website is probably like somewhere lost in the internet world. And so what they do is they pay Google to be found on this very first page. So again, the second thing I want to go over with you is that citations. If there was a map, and I'm going to give you an example here. So I searched for, let's say, home design in Puerto Rico. See how when I did the search, so it came up with a map. And when it comes to citation, it has a lot to do with this map. When you do a lot of searches online, people tend to, click on what's under the map, right? These three websites here, or these three companies right here, they probably have a lot of citations. So what I mean by citations is online directories. That's actually, it's essentially your business's name, the address, and the phone number. And usually you would have to have a Google My Business account. So if you have not done that, make sure you start at least getting on a Google My Business account. Because that way, even though there's no map here, you'll be able to still make it somewhere on that first page, okay? If not up here, if there wasn't a map here, you'll probably make it down here to this first page. Because citations also provide backlinks, and that's the third thing we're going to talk about. Again, citations is listing your business name, phone number, and address. And then on online directories. So what I mean by online directories, those are websites that allow businesses to list their services and their, all their business information in some sort of directory. And some example of that is like Yelp or TripAdvisor, Yellow Pages Online. I know there in Puerto Rico they have expat.com is a place where you can list your business, yanino.com. So, and what I do is, let's say this was a map for real estate. I look at all the competition and see how many online directories that they're on. And I do have a tool, and I'll show you a tool a little bit here. I see how many online directories they're on, and I try to take those same online directories and list my client's business on there too. So let's say Arecibo Home Design has they're listing in 20 online directories. I will go and get, more 20 plus for my clients. And then that way you have a good chance of being up here on the map pack. Okay, and the good thing too about this is that, it's going to give you, just like Facebook, it's going to give you another avenue for people to reach you or find you. All right, so that's the second thing I wanted to go over was the citations. So if you haven't done so, go ahead and look for those online directories. And sometimes like this one, the real estate broker, these are, it's giving you, it can give you some ideas of where to list yourself. You see how Yelp is listed on there, totalcommercial.com. So take a look at some of these websites because you might be able to list your business information on here. The more citations you have, you're going to be sprinkled all over the internet so that, people can actually find you easier. Okay, the third thing I wanted to cover with you is called backlinks. Let me see if I can go back to this company here since they have a website. So basically, what backlink has to do is what backlinks helps you to get on this first page of Google. So again, going back to that home design Puerto Rico, these are your organic searches below the map. And usually when you find these are, if they're not in the national websites, they probably have a lot of backlinks. And backlinks and citations are a good reason to be on this first page. Is what, again, Google searches, Bing, Yahoo, they put people with a lot of backlinks, with a lot of citations on here on page 1. But it's not just any backlinks. You have to have quality backlinks, and we'll go over that here in a little bit. And I'll show you a tool that I use. So, and just for definition purposes, so a backlink, it has a lot, basically a website is linking back to yours. So it's kind of like a website is talking about your website, okay? So there's a tool that I use called Ahrefs, and I can monitor my website. You can monitor your website and your competitions. So what I did for this one is I put that extra realty PR.com, and I could see what's going on with their website. I could see that they don't have any ads out there, right? This is PPC, means pay per clicks. They don't have any ads right now going out, but I can see who's or which companies are referring back to them. Okay, so look at this, listingspuertorico.com. So here's another online directory you can get on for your citations. And of course, citations can also be a backlink. So Clasificado Online, if you can get on there too. You know, again, this is some really good information where I can, I help my clients. Hey, you know, have you gone on there? Or sometimes they have you know, me do this for them. So I can see their backlinks, and then also, if I go back to the overview, the referring domains, so those ones that I just showed you, are giving them almost 2,000 backlinks, and I can actually go back here and see where exactly are these backlinks coming from. Now, if I see something that says no follow or lost, link removed, I wouldn't even bother to go into those websites, because if it's not working for them, then more than likely it won't work for you. Now, there's no follow doesn't mean that it's bad if it's by itself, like this one, but it's not going to give you that extra push that you need to get on page 1 of the Google search. But you see how we can find all that information just by using the tool. Okay, and then I can also go here and look at what keywords they use to be on page 1. Okay, see how they use things like PR Realtors, Puerto Rico Commercial, you know, all of these. This is their company. And then Puerto Rico Commercial Real Estate, Puerto Rico. So this would give me an idea of what words you can use for that front page of your website if you decide to build one. I can definitely take some of these words that they're using and put it on mine, because these are what people are typing into their search bar when they're looking for, you know, realtors in Puerto Rico or real estate brokers. Now, not all of them will apply, so, you know, you just have to be picky of which one. And the good thing too, so with this 113 referring websites going back to theirs, giving them almost 2,000 backlinks, that in turn gave them, over the last month, 193 hits on their website, and that's you know, an additional 9 over the previous month. So you definitely want to get at least, you know, I mean, I'm sure you want a piece of that as well. So why not, you know, try to get your website up to the front where you can get at least 193 people looking at your web page per month. All right, so that's pretty much it. Hopefully this information has been informative for you. And like I said, feel free to take these tips, use them for yourself, see how they work. Give me a heads up, let me know what you think about the video. And if you want to learn more, or if there's any way we can help, let me know, we can chat. Otherwise, thanks for your time and in watching the video, and have a great week.